Did you know that one of the strangest royal fashion trends in history survived at the English court long after the rest of Europe had moved on? If you've watched Bridgerton, you probably picture the Regency era as a world of elegant empire waist gowns, soft fabrics, delicate silhouettes, and flowing dresses inspired by classical antiquity. And outside the royal court, you'd be absolutely correct. Across fashionable Europe, women had embraced the new neoclassical look. High waistlines became fashionable. Heavy skirts disappeared, and clothing became far lighter and more natural-looking. But if you attended the court of Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, everything changed. Because at the English court, women were still expected to wear something called the grand habit. This was an older style of ceremonial court dress dating back to the earlier part of Queen Charlotte's reign, and it required massive side hoops, known as panniers, to create an exaggerated width across the hips. The result was bizarre. Court ladies now combined the modern high Regency waistline with enormous side structures sticking out from either side of the dress. It created a silhouette that looked almost surreal, like a strange mix between ancient Greece and an 18th century wedding cake. And people absolutely mocked it. By the early 19th century, many considered English court fashion hopelessly outdated, especially when compared to what was happening across the English Channel in France. After the French Revolution, extravagant aristocratic fashions became deeply unpopular in France. Hoops and panniers were associated with excess, decadence, and the old monarchy. So under Napoleon Bonaparte and Joséphine de Beauharnais, French court fashion completely reinvented itself. Gone were the giant side hoops. Instead, French women embraced sleek neoclassical gowns, luxurious velvet trains, sparkling jewels, and elegant flowing silhouettes inspired by the ancient world. Meanwhile, back in England, court women were still squeezing themselves into enormous structured gowns that many privately hated. And the problem wasn't just appearance. These dresses were incredibly uncomfortable. They were heavy, awkward, difficult to move in, and endlessly complained about by the women forced to wear them. But Queen Charlotte refused to abandon them. She believed court fashion should preserve dignity, ceremony, and royal tradition, not simply follow changing trends. To her, modern fashion felt too informal for monarchy, so the hoops remained, at least for a while. Everything finally changed in 1820 after the death of George III, when George IV ascended the throne. Unlike his mother, George IV was obsessed with fashion and luxury. And almost immediately, he got rid of the hoops. By the time of his coronation in 1821, English court fashion had transformed dramatically. Women appeared in far more elegant and modern styles, heavily inspired by French fashion. And the strange, oversized court dresses of Queen Charlotte's era finally disappeared. History often remembers royal fashion as glamorous and elegant, but sometimes it was simply bizarre, and few trends capture that better than the giant court hoops of Regency England, where women were expected to sacrifice comfort, practicality, and sometimes even dignity, all in the name of royal tradition. And next, watch the bizarre beauty trend that made medieval women obsess over unnaturally high foreheads, and the painful lengths they went to in order to achieve them. If you enjoy the strange, beautiful, and unsettling side of history, make sure to subscribe. This was history, but strange.